Hi, my name is Pastor Brett Johnson, and I'm currently serving the Lions and Seneca Castle United Methodist Churches in the beautiful Finger Lakes District of the Upper New York Annual Conference. My district superintendent, Jeff McDowell, has asked me to share some tips and tricks with you about how to easily set up for live stream, specifically for Facebook Live, but this could also transfer over to YouTube as well. So you'll need some basic equipment. You don't need to run out to the store and buy a really high dollar camera. All you really need is a phone, a tablet, or a computer with as much battery as you can when you start, because this will chew up a lot of battery power. So it's important that you've got enough battery to last for your entire service. You'll also need something to prop up on. I happen to have a tripod with a camera attachment, or a phone attachment, but it could be a pile of books. It could be whatever you have handy. So don't be afraid to think outside the box. Lighting is super important. You know, one of the critiques I had was I was backlit because that cross right behind me was on Sunday, and it created kind of a halo effect. So you want to play around with your space, see what lighting is going to be best for you and being able to stream your service. Have a plan. Planning is so important, whether it's in-person worship or virtual worship like we're having to navigate right now. There are some tools out there. You can write your own liturgy. Taylor Burton Edwards posted an article, Ask the UMC in the United Methodist Clergy Group, which went over licensing and resources available. The United Methodist Publishing House has allowed us to temporarily use the liturgy found in the hymnal and the book of worship, but you can also adapt anything that's in the public domain. The Episcopal Church's 1979 prayer book is in the public domain. It's online, and I will include a link to that as well. But if you don't have a plan, then you're going to quickly go off the rails because you're not going to know where you're going, just like in a normal service. Music. Music is the next thing we need to deal with. In that article, it talks about how to best handle music. If you want to use modern stuff, you need to make sure that you have the appropriate licenses. There's several different groups, but you also need a streaming license. If you don't want to handle that hassle, you can use public domain hymns. And that is anything published before 1925 for the first time. So Amazing Grace, any Wesley hymn, those kinds of things are public domain and free to use without any copyright restrictions. Something I haven't done enough in this video is smile. Because sometimes if you're on Facebook, it'll grab an image and it may be of you frowning, of you with your eyes closed. So smile as much as you can, because even though we are separated, it's important for us to still feel the joy of worshiping God. With Facebook Live especially, there is lag time. So when you start, while you're waiting, play some prelude music, if you're able. When you come to joys and concerns, prep them so that as they're typing in their joys and concerns, by the time they show up, you're ready to go. Don't rush with Facebook Live. And when you come to your benediction, maybe play some postlude music and then hit end live. Because of that lag, it could cut you off mid-sentence. and that's unfortunate. When you're going live, hopefully your church has a Facebook page. If it doesn't, you really, really should get on board with that. It's not that hard to set up. But you'll click the Go Live button, and then before you hit the official blue Go Live, right above it, there should be a description. Type in a description of welcome to worship on March 22nd, 2020. We're glad you're here. Drop your name in the comments so we know that you're here. Say hi. If you have online giving or text to give, you can put links there. Just a basic description of what the person is going to experience. And lastly, you want to make sure that you're adequately spaced from the camera, because this is just way too close. And depending on your screen, this is about as far as my arm will reach, could be too far away. So you want to make sure that you're abiding by virtual personal space. If you want a more in-depth video about how to do this, I will link that as well. But in the meantime, keep doing God's work. We are in the midst of change, and let's figure out new ways to still celebrate together, although we may not be physically present together. And with that, I want to say God bless, and may you have a wonderful day.